I made the last 20 MVPs teammates here in NHL 25. The Hart Trophy is the MVP award of the National Hockey League that is awarded to the player who is most valuable to their team for that season. I have scandaled around the last 20 years of MVP winners in NHL history, and I have gone ahead and created myself a super team. I mean, take a look at this roster. It is utterly loaded. We got Kucherov, McDavid, and Draisaitl as our first line, followed by Matthews, McKinnon, and none other than Jaromir Jagr. Third line will consist of Marty St. Louis, Joe Sakic, and Peter Forsberg. And then to round it out, we got Ovi, Malkin, and Corey Perry. Wait a minute. Where on earth is Sidney Crosby? I swear to God I put him on this team, and he's not even on here. Oh, no. Oh, that's right. Some of our forwards are going to have to play defense. The only defenseman to win the Hart Trophy in the last 20 years, and I think it was actually longer than 20, was Chris Pronger at a 92 overall. We also got Sid the Kid here, Henrik Sedin, Joe Thornton, Taylor Hall, and then finally Patrick Kane to round out our decor. And in goal, we got Carey Price and Dominic Hasek, both at a 93 overall apiece, just to make sure that we have great goaltending in between the pipes. 2 93 overalls that will most likely split the games. And now the challenge is simple. If you've been watching my content as of lately, these guys are going to have 3 full seasons here in NHL 25 to win a Stanley Cup. If they don't get the job done, they fail the challenge. And I guess the Hart Trophy doesn't even mean that much of a team built of Hart Trophy winners can't even come together and win a goddamn cup together. So now at the end of the season, the Chicago Coyotes, they were very, very good. Best team in the NHL, 67, 12, and 3, 137 points. We actually were 8-4 to start the season, which is crazy considering the record that we ended up with. Regardless, Colorado also had a very good season. The Edmonton Oilers were up here. We got Dallas, Boston, and Vancouver. And at the bottom, the Calgary Flames, only 28 wins. They were not expected to be a great team regardless. Seattle was bad. San Jose, Tampa Bay. Now, that is a surprising one. 35 wins, that's all they could muster up. Connor McDavid did his thing, 50 goals, 115 points. Draisaitl had 108. Kucherov is up there at 104. Joe Sakic, 38 goals and 90 points for the kid. We got Crosby with 86. That is as a defenseman as well, so 23 goals is not bad whatsoever. Peter Forsberg was decent. Tummy Ache Matthews got a tummy ache mid-season. And Dominic Hasek played a majority of the games, 58-1, 5 shutouts alongside a 909 save percentage. Nathan McKinnon will have the most points in the league at 126, followed by McDavid's 115. Jason Robertson was up there. Cale Makar had a great season. The other McDavid was there. Artemi Panarin had 102. If we take a look at the goals, we got the dog, Nathan McKinnon. So not a lot of scoring going on in the NHL. 52. I mean, 52 is a great season, but usually these simulations are absolute bonkers with the numbers. McDavid also had 50, Robertson 50, Draisaitl 48, Pasta 48. Goaltending-wise, Hasek, of course, will have the most wins at 50, broke the single-season record. And for shutouts, if we take a look, Alexander Forgiev. I've never seen a worse goaltender in real life simulate better than this man. 8 shutouts, a 917 save percentage alongside 40 wins. He might end up winning the Vezina. And now in round number 1, we are going to go up against the reigning and defending Stanley Cup champs in the Florida Panthers. So a very tough matchup. Hopefully we get the job done. Hopefully it can be a long playoff run. A clean sweep in the first round over the Florida Panthers. We dominated every game as we now move on to the New York Rangers. Might give us a harder test, but then again, in real life, the Rangers are free-falling right now. And it does not seem like any team can stop the MVPs. Here we go, trying to eliminate the Rangers in 4 games, just like we did to the Panthers. 5-1 lead entering the third period. 6-1 thanks to Joe freaking Sakic. As the New York Rangers and Igor Shesterkin, they have 11 shots on net. They are getting absolutely stomped right now. And there is nothing they can do about it. 7-1, tummy ache, even he chips in. This is the postseason we're talking about. This guy doesn't score goals. Well, this game is good as done, but I decided to hop in here and, oh my God, I hopped in to see Schneider just snipe one on Dominic Hasek, second of the postseason. And hold up a minute, this reminds me a lot of that CP3 meme where he cuts the lead down to 42. What is going on? We just let him come in and absolutely wire one top shelf on Hasek? I definitely was not expecting that. Regardless, Lafreniere coming in. We get less than 30. Okay, hold up a goddamn minute. What is going on? Dominic Hasek has turned into Joseph goddamn Wall. Laffy will grab his second of the postseason. I don't even know the score anymore, but it might be getting close. as the New York Rangers, are they going to mount the best comeback I have ever seen? So, Alex Lafreniere with a monster goal to cut the lead down now to 4. So, it is a 7-3 hockey game. 20 seconds ago, McDavid shooting, and Igor Shesterkin will flash the leather. 15 seconds ago here in MSG, the crowd is absolutely silent. You wouldn't even know that the Rangers scored back-to-back goals in the last, 20 seconds. Regardless, 5 more seconds to go. We are going to advance. The Chicago Coyotes are officially off to the conference finals as we have swept our way through the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. Gonna play for gold most likely. I mean, it'll depend who we face in the conference finals, but clearly this team has the edge over basically any other team in the entire National Hockey League. We are an absolute unit. Now in the conference finals, I don't know how the Ottawa Senators made it here. We're 8-0. They are 8-3, so they dominated as well. But let's see what we can do up against the Sens. 4-3 win. Okay. Game 1 went well. Game 2 went well. Are we going to put them on the verge of elimination? Oh my God. There we go. 11-0. Trying to finish them off. Pause. First period, a 1-0 lead for the Sens. Tim Stützle on Dominic Hasek. Second period, there we go. Henrik Sedin and Austin Tummy Ache Matthews. We got a 1-goal lead. Never mind Thomas Chabot, the 2017 World Juniors MVP. He ties the game up. 12 minutes, 11 minutes remaining to go in this third period. Probably the closest game we have had the entire postseason. I mean, we have been absolutely dominant. And at the Ottawa Senators, there we go. Leon Draisaitl on Linus Ullmark. All right, here we go. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the third period. A 3-2 lead as Leon Draisaitl did give us the lead late in that game. I'm going to go all out, though. I feel pretty confident that we might not lose an entire game this whole postseason. McDavid coming in, and Linus Ullmark will make the nice save, as there is 50 seconds to go. 50 seconds left to go, and we punch our ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals. Moves up to Drake Batherson. Coming in on Hasek. I don't know. Okay, why did our defenseman Chris Pronger just completely back off there? Pronger was one of the more aggressive defensemen we have ever had in the league. I don't even know how that went in. Drake Batherson from the point. Dear God, I hope we never have to go into an overtime period, because Dominic Hasek, he is literal Swiss cheese between the pipes right now. I know I got the sliders boosted all the way up, but god damn. Can we score a few goals when I hop in? Why does Dominic Hasek look like he's never played goaltender in his entire life? 36 seconds to go. Hopefully we don't have any more. I mean, they tied the game up. Oh, wow. I'm just way too comfortable with this team. All right, we got to get back. Leon Draisaitl, what are you doing, bro? Draisaitl. Linus Ullmark will make the save. We got a tie game here in game 4 now. 22 seconds. Jágr coming in. A nice save by Ullmark, and it's going to go down the length of the ice. We might indeed have overtime here in the conference finals. Moves up to Jaromir Jágr. Jágr coming in. We only get Jágr, where are you going, bro? We got 10 seconds. Oh, my God. All right. Overtime it is. Well, overtime it is. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I mean, I've seen Dominic Hasek just completely fold every single time I've hopped into one of these games. So hopefully we can get the job here. I do feel confident. We're up 3-0 in the series. There we go. Kucherov and Linus Ullmark will make the sprawling save. We are thoroughly outshooting them. I mean, the shots are 43-21, yet we only got 3 goals on Ullmark. Back to the point. Sidney Crosby over to McDavid. Back to Pronger, blasting one right off the shin pads. Draisaitl, though. Draisaitl did not quit on the play. Second of the night, and he will punch our ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals. We had a little blunder at the end of regulation, allowing that goal to go in. Dominic Hasek, I don't know how we've literally remained undefeated with this Swiss cheese goaltender in the net. Nonetheless, we get by the Senators in the Eastern Conference Finals. And now we await the winner of the West, and we are off to play for Lord Stanley. And there's our captain, Jaromir Jágr, baby. Yes, sir. And here we go. We finally face a challenge in the Stanley Cup Finals in the form of the Colorado Avalanche, one of the best simulating, if not the best simulating team in this entire game. I guess the Dominic Hasek goaltending has caught up to us. The wheels have fallen off the bus. We're down 3-2 to Colorado here in Game 6. We got a 1-0 lead after 1. Second period, 5-0 lead. We shut them out, and we are headed to a Game 7. Here we go. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. A 2-0 lead thanks to Crosby and Matthews after 1 second period. Still holding on to that 2-0 lead. Let's see what we can do with it right now. The Chicago Coyotes, 3-0. There it is. Peter Forsberg will light up Forgiev And I guess you could say the goaltending has caught up to Colorado as well, as we are absolutely feasting on them. 6-0, thanks to Matthews getting a hat trick in a Game 7 scenario. That's how you know it's a video game that we're playing. And there it is. In year number 1, the team of MVPs, the Chicago Coyotes, will go all the way. We wreaked havoc across the entire Eastern Conference. Only lost 3 games the entire playoff run, and that was in the Stanley Cup Finals to Colorado. Outside of that, we probably could have gone undefeated if we're being real, but I'm not going to complain. We got the job done in year number 1, and now maybe potentially a three-peat on the horizon. We got Jaromir Jagr taking home the Conn Smythe, as he did have 9 goals and 28 points in the postseason. And who knows? We still have 2 more years. If we lose, we'll go until we lose, essentially. If we lose next year, we can call it. But I have a sneaky suspicion, or a sneaky feeling, that this team will be able to go all the way back to back to back, to rally off 3 straight here in NHL 25. As here comes Captain Jagr coming to collect another Stanley Cup. He's got 2 in his NHL career. Add that to 3, add it to his resume, as we have won it all here in season number 1. Obviously, Jagr was our best player in the postseason, 28 points. Draisaitl had 24. Austin Matthews, oh my God, 15 goals in the playoff run. How? How is Tomiak producing like this? Kucherov was good. McKinnon was decent. McDavid didn't really do a goddamn thing, which is kind of surprising. And for Dominic Hasek, I don't know how on earth this man had a 914. He was brutal when we hopped into the games. Nathan McKinnon from Colorado will take home all the major individual awards outside the Hart. That will go to McDavid. Makar will steal the Norris, the Conn Smythe to Jagr. Swayman won the Vezina, and of course Barkov yet again will take home the Selke. Now, I do not see any reason to move around the lineup. We were utterly dominant from start to finish last season, but I do want to see some new players prosper. Jaromir Jagr, you won the Conn Smythe. You are our captain. No X Factors for Jagr is kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. Nonetheless, he's going to play in the first line alongside McDavid, and I'll throw Tomiak up there. Why not? Draisaitl, McKinnon, Kucherov. Leave the third and fourth lines the same. Back-to-back seasons of the team of MVPs being the best team in the entire league. 67, 10, and 5, 139 points. Very similar to last season, I'm not going to lie. The Edmonton Oilers were up here. We got Colorado, Vancouver, and Boston. And at the bottom, the sad and lonely Minnesota Wild. I mean, they got a potential Hart winner in Kirill Kaprizov. He's got to go on a little bit of a more tear, but I mean, Minnesota's doing great in real life. This is, at the end of the day, a video game. Nathan McKinnon will lead our team in scoring. He had 93 points in the season. Nikita Kucherov had 90, McDavid 89, as well as Austin Matthews and Leon Draisaitl. Sidney Crosby was very good. And if we take a look at Dominic Hasek, 47-2, 6 shutouts alongside a 921. He just locked himself up another Vezina trophy. Connor McDavid will have the most points in the entire NHL at 118, and the most goals, that will go to Nathan McKinnon with 63 on the season. Goaltending-wise, I mean, Stuart Skinner, he beat out Dominic Hasek by 3 wins. He had 43 on the season, but the most shutouts, that will go to Linus Ullmark with 7. And now in round number 1, we are up against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So a much tougher matchup. Potentially, we will not just breeze by the Eastern Conference just like we did last season, but who knows at the end of the day. All right, we are up 3-2 over Tampa Bay. A 2-1 lead in the first period, 3-1, and we close them out in 6 games. Move on to round number 2. As we now play the New York Rangers, a team I believe we swept last season in the postseason. It was not even close. We lose game 1, lose game 2. Oh my God, hold up a goddamn minute. Is Chicago in danger? Okay, never mind. They are not in danger, Skyler. They are the danger. Finish the New York Rangers. There we go. We rallied off 4 straight. Now, conference finals action up against the Boston Bruins. We got a 2-0 series lead after the first 2 games, 3-0. And now it is time to see if we can sweep them, go back-to-back here in the Stanley Cup Finals, see what we can do. We got a tie game in the third. We are in overtime right now. I don't even know what I'm smoking. And there it is. The Boston Bruins will win. They will force a game 5 thanks to an overtime winner by David Pastrnak. Things did get a little bit scary, I'm not going to lie. Losing back-to-back games was not something I saw on my bingo card, but luckily we're back in the Stanley Cup Finals. Again, a rematch of last season up against the Colorado Avalanche. They got a 2-1 lead. We tie the series up heading into a pivotal game number 5. We win that 5-0, and now the Stanley Cup yet again is in our building. Here we go. Game 6. First period, no score. Second period, a 3-2 lead. Marty St. Louis, Jaromir Jagr, and Austin Tummy Ache Matthews. Let's see if we can hold on and hopefully win the Stanley Cup. Back-to-back years of beating Colorado would sound nice, as Ross Colton will score on the Avalanche, and they're going to tie the game up. Backs against the wall, trying to force a Game 7. Tummy Ache Matthews steps it up when we need him the most. All right, less than a minute remaining here in the third period of game number 6 in Colorado. We got a 3-2 series lead, a 4-3 lead in the game, and awaiting another potential Stanley Cup presentation. Casey Middlestat coming down. Colorado empty their net again. Also, Carey Price in net instead of Dominic Hasek. You know what? I'll take it. Hasek was horrible. Okay. That is straight up unacceptable, EA Sports. Austin Matthews, multiple 60-goal scorer. Nobody on him, nobody forechecking him. Devon Taves and Cale Makar are literally staring at the man. He's got a wide open net, an empty net at that, and watch what he does. That's not even close. That is, I have the shot accuracy, the shot power, and everything for the computers maxed out on the sliders, 2-1 hundo, and yet he can't even bury an empty net from the goddamn blue line. I could do this in my sleep. You know, I'd say I seriously cannot believe I witnessed that, but again, I'm playing EA Sports' game here, watching the computer AI go back and forth. You guys wouldn't believe the shit I've seen so far. McDavid, what? Okay, right off the shin pads. Matthews, there it is. Tummy Ache Matthews will bury it, third of the night. That's a ho-ho hat trick, 11 in the playoffs, and potentially maybe a Conn Smythe. I mean, after missing that wide open net, I do not want to hand this man a goddamn trophy. Then again, at the end of the day, I'm not the one handing out the trophies. Back-to-back Stanley Cups for the team, full of former and maybe even current MVPs, as Carey Price was our starter this season, Dominic Hasek last year, and yet again, we bullied the Colorado Avalanche in the Stanley Cup Finals. This time, much closer series, I will add. Also, wait, never mind. I think we beat them in 6 games last year as well. Nonetheless, we get the job done, go back-to-back, and I mean, now, the only thing that is awaiting us is, of course, a three-peat, a potential three-peat. Joe Sakic will take home the Conn Smythe Trophy. He had 11 goals, 28 points, our best player in the postseason. Shout out to him. And there we go, the Stanley Cup being presented to the Chicago Coyotes for back-to-back seasons, as they are wreaking havoc across the NHL. And now it is time to go for a three-peat. Nathan MacKinnon will win the Ted Lindsay, Maurice Richard, Connor McDavid, the Art Ross, and also McKinnon the Hart. We got Makar taking home the Norris, Joe Sakic the Conn Smythe, Hasek will steal the Vezina, and Barkov yet again the Selke. So yet again, it looks like we're going to finish the season with basically an identical record, 67-11-4, 138 points. Edmonton had a good year. Vancouver was up there, Dallas and Tampa Bay, and then St. Louis was the worst team in the league this season. Connor McDavid will have the most points on our squad, 118, also 48 goals. Draisaitl 113, Nikita Kucherov 109, McKinnon 104. So it looks like our offense is firing on all cylinders and at an all-time high. We got 4 100-point scorers, which I don't see happening a lot. And then Carey Price, a 921, 5 shutouts, and 48 wins. Why is this guy the starter now? Our Connor McDavid will have the most points in the NHL at 118, and the most goals would be a two-way tie between David Pastrnak and Mikko Rantanen, as they each had 51 apiece. Carey Price will finish the season with the most wins, tied for the most wins alongside Stuart Foreskin Skinner at both having 48 apiece, and Skinner will have more shutouts at 8, so it looks like he might actually win the Vezina over a prime Carey Price. And now in the first round, we got the poverty Montreal Canadiens, who we should be able to absolutely breeze by. And of course, we are now going for 3 in a row, a modern-day three-peat. We dominated our way by Montreal in 4 games, swept their asses, move on to the New Jersey Devils here in round number 2. We got by them in 4 games, and now we are up against the Florida Panthers, undefeated in the well, never mind, we lost 3-0 go to the Florida Panthers in one of the games, but we were undefeated and absolutely dominant. But right now we are trailing 3-2 in the series. Let's see if the Chicago Coyotes, wow, okay, 3-0 first period, 4-2 second period. There will be a game 7. I knew this team was not going to lose in 6 games. Here we go. Game 7, Eastern Conference Finals up against Florida. We got a 2-2 tie heading into the third. Our closest series, I would say. I mean, I think we did play in a Game 7 before, but my memory is all over the place. I've been drinking for the last 3 days. It's the holiday season. Give me a goddamn break. 7 minutes to go. All right, we got overtime here in Game 7. Things they don't get any more challenging than this. A 2-2 tie, Game 7 overtime. Winner goes to the Stanley Cup Final. Loser goes home. And right now, they are struggling to score. Another period gone by. Second period. There we go. Jaromir Jagr will score. And we are back in the Stanley Cup Finals, baby. And now in the Stanley Cup Finals, we are going to play the Dallas Stars. So a team I often play in the Cup Finals. Let's see if they're any better than Colorado. Okay, Never mind. We are up 2-0 after 2 games. Let's see. Do we take it 3? There it is. 3-0 series lead heading into game number 4. First period, no score. Second period, there we go. McDavid and Matthews will strike 1 each, and we got a 2-0 lead in the third with the Stanley Cup in the building and an opportunity to make NHL history here with the MVPs, as no team has three-peated since the Islanders way back in the 80s. There we go. Pronger and McDavid in the third period. 5 minutes to go late in the third. And there we go. NHL history has been made by the Chicago Coyotes, as we have gone 3 for 3, winning every single Stanley Cup. And I mean, coming into this video, I saw the overall of the team at a 96, and I wasn't so sure after a few years ago with the 2015, or a few days ago with the 2015 draft class. I thought that team was going to win a goddamn Stanley Cup, and they did not do it, so I was a little bit on the fence, but no, these are Hall of Famers, these are legends, and Dominic Hasek, the Conn Smythe winner, a 932 and a 193. You know how rare it is to see a goalie win the Conn Smythe in this game? It is extremely rare. It's almost as, if not more rare, than seeing the Toronto Maple Leafs win a Stanley Cup. Take a good look at it, Leaf fans. This is something you guys will never see in your lifetime. Jaromir Jagr collecting another Stanley Cup, as not only have the Chicago Coyotes completed the challenge, they have absolutely knocked it out of the park like I did with your mother last night. McDavid will lead us in the postseason, 10 goals, 19 points. I do really see why. I mean, it was a group effort, a lot of players in double digits here, but really, Dominic Hasek carried us the way. He was our best player in the playoffs, and his statistics definitely prove it. Leon will win the Ted Lindsay, the Maurice Richard, D'Amico Rantanen, Art Ross to McDavid, also the Hart Trophy. Bouchard will take home the Norris, Hasek the Conn Smythe, Price will take home the Vezina, and Barkov the Selke. Well, that is going to do it for this one, as the team of MVPs not only completed the challenge, but absolutely smashed it. I mean, 3 in a row. It wasn't really close. There was a few Game 7s we went to that got a little bit hairy, but at the end of the day, they did come through. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you leave some support on it. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Or wrap your willy.